She accused her friend of stealing her man. Then 6 days later, she walked into that friend's room with a hidden knife. This is the shocking murder of Ching Bee Ing. Hey, you beautiful people, welcome to the GMC channel where I bring you the ghost, the mystery, the crime. I am Esther Vincent, also known as Leah Mia on social media. Do follow me on my socials. Today, I thank you for clicking on this video. I hope you guys stick around till the end. I would really appreciate that. And if you have not done so, please go like this video, leave some comment at the end of this video, and please do subscribe. Subscribe, please. I'm really trying to grow this channel, and your subscription would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much, I would have to say. And yep, let's go into today's crime. Teck Lim Road, Chinatown, Singapore. Yep, I'm going to Singapore today. Small rooms, neon lights, and lives that most people never see outside. Two women worked in the same brothel. Ching Bee Ing, also known as Toto, and her co-worker Teck Kim Hong. What started as a petty fight over a man would turn into a killing that stunned the entire city. Ching Bee Ing, Toto, as people refer to her, so I think I would also call her Toto from now on. So Toto, she was just 26-year old. She was born in Sarawak, Malaysia. She was married, she has a husband, and she had twin daughters. This truth makes the story feel even more crueler. She had young kids. Another cruel truth is that to her family, she pretended that she was working as a waitress in Singapore, to that higher currency. And none of them knew of her life, the actual life that she was living in the shadows in Singapore. After her murder is when the husband and the entire family knew of what she was actually doing in Singapore. Her husband would be the one who travels from Kuala Lumpur all the way to Singapore to claim her body. So that's another sad thing about these ladies who live and work these kind of jobs, right? These sex worker jobs. Now coming to Theo, the other woman. She was in her mid-30s and she left school when she was really young. She had a son when she was just a teenager, and at the point of when all this was happening, her son was enrolled. No, not enrolled. He was serving the national service at that time. Theo, she was said to have a very hot temper, and those around her always noticed that. Reports later would even link her distantly to one of Singapore's most notorious criminals, a detail that was thrown into newspapers back at that time, trying to help explain Theo's rough background, the rough way that she was brought up, not as an excuse to her actions though. According to witnesses and courtroom testimonies, Toto and Theo, they have actually been friends at first, working in the same brothel and servicing the same customers. But in the week before the killing, they both fell out. Theo accused Toto of sleeping with her boyfriend, and that Toto also insulted her boyfriend outside. She also claimed that her boyfriend had contracted sexually transmitted disease from Toto, from sleeping with Toto. So all these details enraged Theo's anger. 6 days before the actual killing, Theo had assaulted Toto in their brothel, and to this assault, Toto had literally knelt down in front of Theo and even apologized, hoping that this would be the end of these whole shenanigans, this whole accusing thing, right? But I don't think so. It looked like it never ended there. Theo just could not let this thing go. On the 8th of August 1995, Theo goes out and buys a diver's knife earlier that day, keeps it in her handbag, walks into her brothel, and goes into Toto's room. Without any warning, she walks towards Toto and stabs Toto 7 times in her chest area. A nearby 70-year-old male customer hears the scream, rushes into Toto's room, finds Toto on the ground, full of blood, all over her, restrains Theo until the police arrives. The paramedics would find Toto mortally wounded. The forensic testimony later would confirm 4 out of these 7 wounds were fatal because they were penetrating the liver, and the heart. Any one out of that 4 stab wounds would have been enough to kill Toto. The whole scene in the brothel was chaotic. Co-workers were hysterical. Toto's room was covered, soaked in blood, and Theo was arrested at the scene. At trial, the prosecution pointed out that Theo had gone out, bought that knife, hid it in her handbag, walked into Toto's room when she was unharmed. The judge said that this point to planning, points that shows that this was indeed a planned murder, not a sudden scuffle. Many witnesses also testified in regards to the assault that happened about 6 days before the actual killing, and the knife purchase. That, I think, that was like the thing, that was like the dart. The knife purchase acted as a central to the prosecution's case, because yeah, if Theo was not planning to kill Toto, she would have not gone out and bought the knife in the first place, but she did on the day that she killed. So that was like such a hat-trick thing. Theo claimed that she had been provoked and she did not intend to kill. She claimed that the stabbing was not premeditated. But the High Court, presided by Judicial Commissioner Chu Han Teck, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the name wrong, found the evidence of intent convincing. So there has been intent over there, Theo. It's convincing enough. In court, the judge even pointed out the number and location of the wound on the victim's body and the fact that she even had a knife with her. The trial opened in January 1996 and it only lasted a few days. I read in certain articles, certain newsletters, that it only lasted about 5 days. Finally, on the 24th of January 1996, Theo was found guilty of murder and was sentenced to death. This is Singapore that we're talking about. They're all about death sentence and they are not joking about it. Like if you are sentenced for that, they actually make that happen. Theo did try to appeal her conviction, but the Court of Appeal dismissed her appeal on the 26th of March 1996, the same year that she stood trial. Very soon, she exhausted all her legal options and her actual sentence, the sentence to death, stood. On the 30th of August 1996, you see, the same year, 1996, Theo Kim Hong was hanged at Changi Prison alongside few other condemned prisoners. This case left families in ruins. Toto's husband and daughters, they lost a mother, a wife, colleagues' lives shattered. The brothel business owner, he said that business started falling off cliff after the bad publicity. So many lives were ruined. Theo, even though the perpetrator, her family visibly suffered as well. Scenes reported at Theo's sentencing in the court that her elderly mother collapsing and family members shouting at the dock. They were just unhappy with the final verdict that has befallen their family member, right? Even though the punishment was already carried out, the effect of what happened stayed. It lingered with everyone involved and their families. This whole case is a sad reminder of what anger and jealousy can do. One woman was killed out of anger and the other was hanged for what she did. Both lives were lost and their families were just left with a pain that just never goes away, right? So I think we all should really think about it. When we are angry, let's not rush into actions. Let's just stop and think. I know anger does not allow you to think. You get so pissed and angry. I know that. I agree. But let's just try, let's just try to make good choices, smart choices, choices that will not ruin your life, right? Ugh. Anyways, it's gotten dark here. I don't know whether that made any difference. But yes, this is the end of this story. This case, basically. If this case at any point left you thinking, about your life reality or how all this could have been avoided, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment. That would really help me out. Really. Share it with people who might find this interesting, but don't forget, don't leave without hitting that subscribe button, guys. I would really, really appreciate that because I am really trying to grow this channel and I one day hope to be in a decent number of subscribers, decent number of views, likes, and comments. Literal dream, I guess. Anyways, if you guys are here still at this moment and you have some time to spare, please do watch my next video. It would be popping up anytime around here. And thank you so much again for tuning in. Subscribe, please. Pretty please. Leave a like, leave a comment. And I will see you guys soon in my next video. Until then, take care, stay safe out there. Bye.